Yeah, Jeff's right there.
Hey, Jeff.
It's best that we don't see him.
All right. So I'm feeling great today. We finally got to do this. This is one of my favorite days of the year, 4 times a year, where we get together each quarter, recap the past 3 months, talk about the company, and look ahead at everything. Although we've been delayed because of the snow, I still want to formally address our first order of business, which is obviously what an amazing holiday season. So in what seems to be becoming an end-of-the-year tradition, we did a crazy job wrapping everything up. It was amazing to see everyone work together and the teamwork that we had and the seamlessly endless overtime hours everyone had to work to get all the Christmas packages out by the deadline. Last year we got close, but we didn't get every package out. And this year I knew it was going to be close again. It was looking tough, but everyone stepped up, wouldn't take no for an answer. Mark said as impossible as nothing, right? And we actually set every company record in those final days. December 16th, 17th, and 18th. We averaged over 1,000 packages a day, which is a lot. It was 1,001 to be exact. So that's definitely a lot. Then on the final day, a lot of you guys kept a positive attitude, created pop-up shipping stations in order to help pack up the final guaranteed orders to get to our customers. Thanks to the teamwork and effort, we pulled it off. So it's fun to have challenges, and then definitely had a fun time celebrating with everyone at the Christmas party, from what I remember from it. But I just think this is a great picture that we got. And then also this picture too, this cake. I thought it deserved to be on the slideshow.
It's so pretty.
It is pretty. It is. So yeah, I loved having all you guys over the house to celebrate. It was a great way to celebrate the end of the year, and we pulled it off. So it's something to be excited about. So all right. So to recap some highlights of the year, we'll talk about some of these in more detail. But here's a quick list of accomplishments that we had in no specific order. All right, so one, we doubled last year's sales to 2.4, nearly $2.5 million, and that was in the same building, which shows how much smarter, more efficient we've been. We doubled our potential with new DTG and embroidery machines. We officially hired a division manager for operations, something I thought, it could take years. We stepped up our photography game with Rachel, has done a great job, and that's really helped our marketing. We opened a new brand, Felicity's Co., which had some success over the holidays with those Home Alone shirts and everything. We implemented the time clock, which is an awesome accomplishment. And then not only that, but we also started tracking activities and daily hours. And that's something that helps the business so much and is awesome to have. All right, so the reason why all these things are great accomplishments is that they show that we're growing. They show growth. And this is something that I've talked about before, and I like to continue to say it, put it out there on the record, that I want to grow this into a huge company with possibly hundreds of employees one day, where I'll be doing this with a microphone. But would you like that? It's possible, I don't know. But I want everyone to be kind of prepared for changes and kind of keep that as a growth mindset. On a daily basis, your job's similar day to day, but you can see at these meetings it does change over time. And I want everyone, to keep that growth mindset. Don't get set in your ways. I want this to be a company where the best ideas are implemented and the best processes, no matter who thinks of them or how they affect any individual person, it's about the company. And, we're such a young company. And, in the future, if we're going to keep growing, it's going to be changing. And there'll be unlimited changes. So my advice for those of you who want to be part of the company's success would be kind of to start thinking about it now. Be prepared to adapt when the time comes. Don't get left behind. Pay attention to what's going on. Ask questions. Combine hard work with taking actions that are in the best interest of the company. If you do that, then the company in return, will take care of you guys. So speaking of the company, last quarter I talked about basically our new company name, and I'm still getting used to it myself. But I want to give the Lowery brand's company name more of a presence to future employees, really, and anyone else who is interested in doing business with the company overall as a whole. So it's like the parent company name. So last quarter I talked briefly about an example of another parent company called Yum Brands, and I checked them out after we talked about them, and I want to bring them up again as an example to kind of explain it, because it's a good example. So Yum Brands actually owns Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, KFC, and a lot of people have probably never heard of it, but they know these brands because they stand alone on their own. You guys ever heard of Yum Brands before? Yeah.
I know him actually because of Long John Silver's name W.
Oh,
from the
really?
West Coast. So.
Okay. So see, they're probably trying to spread out their business by getting some more West Coast popular things. But yeah, it's all owned by kind of the same company, and that's the idea. So here's like their website. It's like much different than PizzaHut.com. It's more corporate-y, a little more boring. They have like their leadership team and their employees. They have like meet our team. They have like a careers page, and this is where you will go to like apply for a job. So it's a really good example of a parent company, that one that everyone can relate to and kind of knows about. So that's kind of the idea of the overall company. And okay, yeah. So for now, United Monograms is obviously the best brand. But in the future, with our awesome operations team, we could easily have more websites and be able to, produce them on the back end. If any of these brands ever fails, the whole business wouldn't have to fail. That's kind of the same idea with Yum Brands. Like, if Taco Bell's doing bad and they don't have a popular taco or chalupa or something, and their sales are down, those people might be going to Pizza Hut instead. So that's kind of the idea they have to like protect themselves. So that's the idea of like the parent company name. So this would be more like where you work, but if someone wants to buy something, might not even ever know about that or hear about that. So all right, so we do have it active now. I just have it kind of got it up. www.lowerybrands.com. It's let me get it up here. I just have like a picture of the screenshot. That's not it. Yeah. This is gonna be it. But it's pretty basic. It has you can't buy anything from there, and it has links to our 3 e-commerce websites. So you guys can check it out. It's pretty basic. It's not the most important thing as our other sites. And there's a section on there that we have on there now. It's like Our People page. This is like a screenshot of 2 of them. And it's got our pictures that Rachel took from a couple quarters ago. It's really basic, but you guys can take a look at it and let me know your thoughts about it. And in your individual meetings, there's probably some outdated information on there that I could update if you catch out. Definitely point that out to me. But I'm thinking I'll just update this website occasionally with when we have these quarterly updates. But then also when people get past their 3-month period, we'll add them to like the Our Teams page, and Rachel can take her headshot. But yeah, so all right. So one of the things that you'll see that I have on here that I've talked about before, it's kind of like our corporate structure. So all your jobs over here are operations. This division. These are each divisions, and then these are the departments. So we clearly haven't done as much growth with our sales division, which is really just me and Shelby. And then, so for the most part, the details of the sales division, they're not something that you guys have to worry about as part of your job and operations on a daily basis. However, it's something that I really need to start, work on and keep growing to continue to have plenty of orders for you guys here year-round. One thing I'm doing differently in 2018, I'm working with 2 separate marketing companies. One of them is helping with Facebook ads, where we spend a lot of money trying to get a better return on that. That's just one of the things that, it's going to, I think, give us a boost into 2018. But, yeah, I got to, definitely grow that division. But just to give you guys an idea of what to expect around here, let you know that the focus for sales is going to continue to be on United Monograms. As you guys see, mostly all the orders are monograms, and we found an awesome niche here. I never really thought that I would be selling girls' clothing. It was Shelby's business acumen that led us on the path, and really just business decisions that led us there. When we really initially had an Etsy store, we got a lot of questions asking about monograms. So we made a big time investment in the $500 at-home machine. And Shelby was still a kindergarten teacher, cranking out with the few orders we had on the nights and weekends. And I don't know what your hourly number would have been at that point, but
two an hour.
Probably not good. Yeah, very low. So what do you say, Jeff?
It was mine.
No, yours is better. But after a year of United Monograms being really just a side business to United Tees, which was the main one, I wouldn't have been a smart business person myself if I didn't notice the potential And I believe it's a good business decision to like explore your strengths when you find them, especially when I still believe there's plenty of growth to be had in the monogram industry. So one point on that is within the past year or two, there's been some news articles about one of our biggest competitor for monograms, who's Marley Lilly. This is just a screenshot. If you look them up, there's a lot of news articles that they had on their local news. But they're like a direct competitor with us. And they just had, in the past year or two, a 72,000 square foot building built in Greenville, South Carolina, not that far away. And it's actually like huge and nice. Like it's awesome. And actually, Hurricane Matthew a couple years ago, when me and Shelby, we got a hotel in Greenville just to we knew this was there to kind of check it out. And it's huge. And yeah, I mean, they're our competitor and I hate them and we're going to crush them. But I was definitely impressed. And the size of the company. Yeah?
Why don't you do the American thing and buy them out?
Yeah, that's right. That's the plan.
I can just burn down their building.
Yeah, I mean, that too.
I thought about that.
Yeah, we said when we were there, we're like, we should like break a window or something. We didn't. But the size of their company alone, it makes me confident that there's plenty of room for growth in the monogram industry, especially when their customers start switching over to us because we're better and they'll change their loyalty. But I would love to know, like, their numbers and everything if I could somehow. But yeah, United Monograms has over coming up on 250,000 Facebook likes, another 50,000 on Instagram. Recently went over 80,000 subscribers to our email list. The holiday video that we had, it was up for less than a month and had over 500,000 views. So I think that's a big deal. And then once we become number one and beat Marley Lilly, we can still keep growing the company as a whole. Lowery brands, because we can have our other brands and new audiences, and as long as humans keep wearing shirts and clothes, then we'll have new markets that we can attack and continue to grow. But yeah, right now people are, our customers are excited about the United Monograms brand, and one thing we need to take advantage of is and the reason why it's such a great niche also is the fact that it's a business where people make repeat purchases. So this year, about 20% of our purchases came from repeat orders, and I want to see that number go up in 2018. And this is actually an area where like the sales division and operations connect a little bit because of our operations division impresses the customer over and over. Positive experiences whenever they order, quality printed items, quality embroidered items, professional, presentable packaging, fast delivery, top-notch customer service. This will make them have good experiences and then very comfortable to purchase with us again, which they will do because monograms are something that you kind of continue to buy. You can get them on different things. It's not like a one-time purchase and then you don't buy again. So this is definitely something to think about in this division on a daily basis. The quality that we put out, it can affect our sales in the future. All right, so we covered Lowery brands, the highlights of the year, our amazing holiday season. Next, I want to talk about you guys, the employees, the heart and soul of the company. So I appreciate you guys very much, and I'm very aware the company wouldn't exist without your guys' hard work and daily effort. So I really just want to say thank you very much. Appreciate it. I've mentioned this basically every meeting so far, but it's true. Is the fact that we really are doing something unique and special here. We're a young group of people, a random group of people brought together by the company. And, some people go their whole life without getting to be part of something like this where, like, you personally have an impact on a small, growing business. And I think that's really cool. It's something that I think is awesome. And, I want this to be a place, when people ask you where you work, I want you to proudly say, I work at Lowery Brands. It's a new e-commerce company. We grew to over $2 million in sales in our first few years. I'm one of the first 10 employees. Check me out on, my page on LoweryBrands.com.
Great to use those exact words.
It's word for word, or else don't say it.
Next time my mom calls, I'll be sure.
Yeah, let her know. But yeah, I'm very thankful to have this group that we have. It is important for me, for all my employees, that you guys, enjoy your job. I want you to be fulfilled by the work. I want this to be a company where it's a place where some of you could have a career. And I always strive to do things to add value. The birthday lunches, raises, 3-month raises, the possibility of a full-time salary with paid days off and paid holidays. The gift card thing, which I'm going to mention at the end, we have Aflac through the company, which is like kind of the discounted insurance through the payroll, which I can mention individually if I haven't brought up to you guys before. We promoted a division manager from within the company. And then one of the most underrated things is that we have the paid lunch. And for full-time, an hour paid lunch, Most places don't offer that, especially not right away. But I don't have to do any of these things. But I do want this to be a company where the people come because they want to come and they want to work hard, and I need you guys to work hard, and it's exactly what we need to keep growing and succeeding. I love to brag about our sales numbers and everything like that, but I've definitely had to put myself in some debt to get this company to like where it is, so I just want to cover a few things that we talked about in past meetings that I want to reinforce, and these are little things that if everyone embraces, you can really turn like an average good company into like a great company. And I think it's overall things we're doing a good job with. I just want to like reinstate these principles so they stay fresh in our minds. The first thing is a reminder to be always going fast. So our policy is to work as fast as possible. Every minute you're clocked into an activity. In theory, there's no like stopping place or anything like that because you're just doing the activity as fast as you can until the time you're clocking out. Second is to be really precise, accurate, and sharp with clock-ins, transfers, and recording of daily numbers. It should just be second nature, which it has become for a lot of you guys. Me and Shelby clock in every day, so there really just be no excuse going forward for like missing a punch, missing a transfer, not recording your number at the end of the day. Let's just make this part of second nature easy, and the data that we're collecting is like important and it's crucial for our success. The next thing is to respect like our processes that we put into place and our chain of command. So when we do make small details changes to our processes, something small with the batches or little thing here and there, what a good team does is everyone makes the change from that minute, from the moment it's decided. If just one person is forgetful and doesn't follow that new policy, it could really throw off the whole thing. And this will continue to be important as we potentially start to have department managers. So right now the operations division has 5 departments. It has shipping and receiving in here, embroidery, DTG, customer service, and now we have purchasing under the wing of operations division, which Kevin has taken over. So yeah, the people who work in these departments, they'll report to the department manager if we have them. Right now Kevin's basically the department manager for everything. But then the workers will report to the department managers, who will report to the division manager, who will report to me. And, this is just how good organizations are built and run and grow. I'm sure, Jeff, in the military, like, that structure kind of thing is so strict. And, like, just it's important for everyone to know and keep that in mind. And the other thing is, as we grow, too, and if we get department managers, whoever's the manager will be the boss of everyone else in there. So one thing I just want to touch on real quick is like, it's basically the most like boring, basic, lame thing to do to like, if your boss tells you something to do or something and you are annoyed by it or something, like, just don't be so basic. That's so average and lame, and good companies will respect their people in charge of them, tell them if there's a problem, but like, just whining is so basic, and we can't become a great company with people whining about their bosses telling them stuff to do and everything. So it's just a note on that. But with Kevin as the full operations manager over here, and with the team we have, all you guys, Shelby and myself should be able to focus on growing other elements of the business on a daily basis. But how I will still be demanding results from over here from Kevin in this division. But I do trust the team we have here. I trust you guys as much as I really want every employee to love working here, like I talked about. Like if I have to, I'll make changes if it's not working out with someone. However, one thing that I'll always promise is that I will always be fair. I'll judge people on your merit, your numbers, but also by like your effort and loyalty towards the company. I can be fair and tough. You can't like ask for anything else. But I promise that I will always be fair. Okay, so these are the individual meeting times. So in our individual meetings today, you guys have my full attention to talk about the job, the company, life, anything else. I love getting insightful questions. And during the course of a regular workday, I try to have all my time scheduled and stay laser focused on the task that I'm doing. And I want you guys to know that like it's not my goal to hire everyone so I can sit back and relax. I love working. I plan to continue working tirelessly every day on growing the company. But yeah, so during these individual meetings though today, you guys have my full attention. And ultimately, I want to, know what matters to you, know what things are important to you, see if there's anything that a company can do to, make your jobs better, make your lives better. And we'll talk about expectations going into the new year and the first quarter of the year. But overall, yes, I'm very excited about what we've accomplished last year. Another amazing year in 2018 that we're going to have. I have as our sales goal, and the sales are what fuel the whole company, as to double again, which would be nearly $5 million in sales. And that's going to be hard, but that's the goal. And I look forward to doing it with you guys. And let's make this a special year. Actually, a couple other notes. Richard, December, you did get on the white side. You got over the bonus. So
Thank you.
Yeah, we have that in place, and everyone else is right in the goals and everything. That's really meant if it goes above and beyond the thing. Also, this is a tradition that new people might not know about. So we got to take the selfie. We've done every quarter, so.
You're blocking me.
Yeah, I was literally blocking Shelby last time. So.
Are you taking a picture right now?
Yeah, you got to get in.
No gang signs, Ben.
No, I don't even know if I don't want to be in anyone's way.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna come around. Snapshot in time. Everyone in there? No.
You're not in. You're sideways. There you go.
Is Kevin in?
You're not in. You better back up.
This is what I wanted to do at
You
the
have
end.
to back up
This
a
is what I
little
wanted to do
bit.
at the end. All right.
There you go.
Right there.
That's perfect.
All right.
There we go.
We have you one day. All right. Also, Shelby has some I got a couple mouse pads that say Lowery brands on them, and
nice.
there should be